Glad you could join us. It's Game 4 of the Western Conference quarterfinals live on 2K Sports. Alongside Greg Anthony and Stan Van Gundy, I'm Kevin Harlan. Allie LaForce will be our reporter tonight on the sideline. You look at Portland. Well, they know how important it is to even up this series here at home and avoid going down 3-1.
Yeah, the odds of coming back from a 3-1 deficit are slim. They'll need the help of their fans to pick up a win here tonight.
Now, here's Fox. Shoots over Henderson, and Fox gets it to go.
And how about the mid-range shooting of Fox? Definitely capable of sinking those shots with consistency.
Avdia with a screen for Henderson. Hits it from three-point range.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him to clean look for it.
Here's Fox. Here's Wembanyama. Clingan with the block.
And with every swat, Clingan is earning a reputation as a shot blocker.
Pass to Avdia. Just 5 on the clock. And no good. Nice defense by Vassell. Latre. Wembanyama, no good.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
In the corner, Henderson with it. The three, and the Trailblazers, another three.
Well, and this is critical for Henderson's development. When he's knocking down threes with consistency, he is a problem.
Now, here's Fox, and the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
Look, you can get away with a lot in terms of screens today, but you can't make it that obvious.
Trailblazers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Pass to Kamare. Back to Holiday. The Trailblazers working the ball around now. Henderson against Fox. And they call the foul, so he's got the and-one chance here to make it a 3-point play. So we'll see Scoot Henderson go to the line here. It's going to go on De'Aaron Fox. Portland shooting their first free throw of the contest.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
No question, Scoot Henderson has excelled from a very early age.
Yeah, look, Kevin, I think it was tough on Scoot Henderson when he first came in the league. The expectations were so high, and we didn't absolutely dominate early. People got down on him, but this is a really talented guy. If we just give him a little time, he's going to be one of the best guards in this league.
Now Holiday following De'Aaron Fox's three-point attempt. Castle against Holiday. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's going to be on Victor Wembanyama.
And sometimes the best option is to foul Clingan and take your chances sending him to the line.
Shooting 2.
That free throw, no good.
And really the only question going forward for Clingan, can he keep up with the foot speed in the NBA?
And the second free throw, good. And Greg, with Stephon Castle winning the 2025 Rookie of the Year award, the Spurs went back-to-back in that category.
Yeah, of course, Victor Wembanyama winning that same award in 24. Just more confirmation that these Spurs are building something special.
And so Mitch Johnson decides to call timeout. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Let's go to the sideline and see what Allie LaForce has dug up for us. Allie, take it away.
Well, the head coach for the Trailblazers gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. Well, no surprise, we started chatting about Victor Wembanyama, and I asked what the plan was there, and Coach said with a shrug, stay on him and hope for the best. What can you do? So still no magic answers for how to slow down a unique threat like Wemby on the floor. Back to you.
Allie, thank you so much. Throw good, Wembanyama. Hey, Greg, after 2 seasons in Milwaukee, how about Damian Lillard going back to the Blazers roster even as he works his way back from the Achilles?
And in the meantime, he gets to watch this relatively young group compete. Their activity and defensive edge should pair nicely with his offensive brilliance next season.
And it's Clingan with the jam.
A powerhouse slam. Clingan gave it everything on that one.
Henderson against Fox. Not going to go that time. Excellent defense there from Henderson. First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. To the inside. The kick out to Holiday. The three-pointer is right on target.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
Obviously, guys, brilliant coaching, a perfect game plan.
Here's Wembanyama. Shot clock at 6. Stolen by Holiday. He takes it in. Henderson for 3. And it's Fox with the rebound. Spurs trail by 10. Vassell, the pass to Champagny. Here's Wembanyama. Shot clock at 5. Pass to Vassell. Puts one up from 19. And it's Portland with the rebound.
Well, and even though he couldn't get that one to fall, that's a shot they want him taking.
Anderson looking it over. The kick out to Holiday. From outside, off the mark.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Holiday against Castle. Back to Wembanyama. Shoots over Henderson. Wembanyama with the bucket. Wembanyama's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for San Antonio. Outside, Avdia. Now Clingan. Inside, and stolen by Vassell. Fox from outside, and Clingan pulls it down. Clingan's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Pass to Kamare. The Trailblazers working the ball around now. Outside, Avdia. Lets it go from the wing. The rebound by Champagnie.
Yeah, but the hand in the face. It's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor.
And Fox gets it to go.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
And so Chauncey Billups decides to call timeout. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. San Antonio making a switch here. Barnes is checked in. Avdia, the pass to Henderson. Now Klingon. Takes the 13-footer. Barnes grabs the miss. And Barnes has got the ball here for the San Antonio Spurs. It's a 5-point game.
Watch out. Wembanyama hammering that one home.
Now here's Henderson. He's got 9. There's a screen by Kamara. 3-pointer. Henderson, no good. Spurs trail by 3. Outside, Fox. Pass to Champagnie. Down low. And Wembanyama throws it down.
Nice little run here to shrink that deficit, but can they get over the hump?
Well, with all the momentum they built up, I don't see this run stopping anytime soon.
Holiday goes in.
Hey, Holiday sees the lane and does not hesitate.
And the speed of De'Aaron Fox. Wow. GA, he gets up the court in a hurry.
And you combine his water bug quickness with the towering size of Wembanyama. It's a 1-2 punch that promises to confound opponents for years to come.
And the Spurs with some changes. Luke Cornett, he's checked in for Victor Wembanyama. And it's Harper in for Castle. Henderson passes to Holiday. Back to Henderson. 6 on the shot clock. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. And here is Fox. He has 5. Avdia with the rebound. Outside Holiday. Here's Klingon. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Klingon's got 5.
And what's scary about Klingon, he's still learning how to score around the rim. Donovan will only get better.
Harper against Holiday. It's Henderson on the wing. From deep. The shot, no good.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
Yeah, I get it. But you don't want him forcing things. It's better to get your shots within the flow of the offense.
And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, and that's maybe something that should be called more. We see a lot of moving screens in today's NBA.
And looking at that replay again, just a big-time block right there.
Well, they didn't make it this far by giving up easy ones, and now their defense is in overdrive.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Jeremy Grant, he's checked in for Tamani Kamara. And it's Sharp in for Drew Holiday. Sharp against Harper. Back to Henderson. There's the triple. Rebounded by the Spurs. They'd like to continue the success they had on Friday night here.
Mental toughness on the road. The arena was rocking, but they just got down to business and never let up.
Nothing is better than winning on the road in this league. It's so difficult. You savor every one of those.
And so Mitch Johnson decides to call timeout. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guys. Johnson's checked in for the Spurs. Stephon Castle comes in for Harper. Avdia against Johnson. Castle a screen on Avdia. Johnson. And the shot is good.
Well, that's where Johnson does most of his scoring. He's very effective down low.
Screen by Grant. Henderson outside. 5 to shoot. Here's Grant. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. And the Trailblazers lead by 7. 1:44 left in the first. Fox deciding where to go with it. Avdia against Johnson. There's the pick. Takes it inside. Here's Cornette. That's good, and it's Johnson with the assist.
That's just a great pass. Excellent vision to see the open spot in the defense and lead him to the score.
And since their scrappy play last season, Coach, the Blazers extending the contract of head coach Chauncey Billups.
Yeah, great decision, as well as a renewed contract with the front office. Times have passed, their seats have grown high, but nice to see that commitment to what they're building.
And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allen.
Thanks a lot. Every team in the league is looking for a long, athletic wing defender, and the Portland Trailblazers have been especially keen on stockpiling them. As they look to acquire their future franchise players, they want a ready-made roster full of versatile 3-and-D role players to surround them. Back to you.
A good strategy. All right, Allie, as always, we thank you. Here's what Portland's going with right now. Robert Williams is checked in for Klingon. Murray comes in for Avdia. And Matisse Thybulle subbed in for Henderson. Now, here's Sean. He has yet to score. Portland, no good that time either. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Castle, defended by Thybulle. Castle with the bounce pass. Here's Cornette, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Now it's just a 3-point Trailblazer lead
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Puts up a deep three. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Trailblazers lead by 3. From Portland, we're back in a moment. And we welcome you back to Game 4 on 2K Sports. And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for the Trailblazers.
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
You also have to admire how they've challenged the defense inside, getting a lot of points in the paint.
So it's San Antonio now after the Trailblazers pick up 2. Castle up top, defended by Sharp. Right at the free throw line, Castle misses. Trailblazers leading by 5. Wesley the pass to Williams. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Grant gets a wide open look. Off target with his 3.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
On the wing, Johnson, defended by Thibault, and stolen by Thibault. To the middle. Now, here's Sharp. Scoreless thus far. At the top of the key, Williams. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Lets the 3 fly. Barnes grabs the miss. And it's Barnes with the ball for the Spurs. Trailing by 5 to the paint. Some solid defense from Grant.
Doesn't register as a block, but he did everything you want defending that shot.
Well, you know, sometimes the most pivotal plays don't always go on the stat sheet.
Pass to Williams. It's hauled in by Cornette. Cornette's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Johnson kicks to Harper. Back to Johnson. Shoots over Wesley, and it'll go. And the Blazer lead is cut down now to just 3 on the basket from Johnson.
Well, he's so potent offensively. It's easy to draw up plays for him.
Portland no good that time either. For San Antonio, they've gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Castle against Grant. Cornette. And they're unable to get the tying basket there. To the inside. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
A strong player. When you foul Williams, you really have to make sure you foul him.
The Trailblazers have gone 2 for 3 at the foul line in this game. And so Chauncey Billups decides to call timeout. Coach needs a moment to talk things over. So both teams changing it up here. Stan, teams track different officiating crews, don't they, and how they tend to call the game.
Yeah, they do, Kevin, and there are some organizations who do it more than others. I'm not a fan of it myself because I think it puts your players' focus on the officials and takes away from focusing on what they're supposed to be doing on the court. So I'm not a big fan of it. Well, this isn't a strength for Williams. He puts most of his work in on the defensive side of the ball.
Pass to Olynyk. Avdia against Vassell. Olynyk sets a screen for Vassell. Back to Olynyk. Fires from deep. That one's in. His first shot this game.
Well, you can't overlook this part of Olynyk's game. He will drop three-pointers on you when he can.
Outside, Avdia. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. And Holiday kicks to Avdia. There's a screen by Kamara. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. And the Trailblazers lead by 5.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Vassell against Avdia. Master Olynyk launches it. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. They've led by as much as 10. Outside, Avdia. Williams has a screen for Avdia. Teardrop shot, and he lays it up and in. Now it's a 7-point Portland lead.
Oh, such a field shot there, the floater.
Castle against Sharp. To the middle. The kick out to Harper. Over Holiday. And here's Olynyk from the arc. Rebound by Drew Holiday. Portland leading by 7. Avdia on the wing. Covered by Vassell. Fires the three. And it's Sharp missing. For San Antonio, they've gone only 2 of 7 from the field since the second quarter got underway. And that one's good, Barnes.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Now, here's Sharp. Still scoreless. Back to Holiday. And the wide open shot from Avdia. No good from outside. Spurs trail by 5. Here's Barnes. Vassell right side. Olynyk a screen on Avdia. Here's Vassell. And it's good. With time running down in the shot clock. Now it's just a 3-point Trailblazer lead. Outside Holiday. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Holiday's got 7.
Finishing strong inside. Holiday doesn't want to waste a quality look.
Castle with the bounce pass. And it's Vassell in the corner. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Outside Holiday. He's looking for Williams and finds him. Holiday, the pass to Avdia. Avdia against Vassell. Quick shot there, and it's off target. Trailblazers leading by 5. Back to Holiday. Here's the 3. Drains it from beyond the arc. 10 points for him.
Nice quick shot from Holiday. Not giving the defense time to react to him having the ball.
And so Mitch Johnson decides to call timeout. He's ready to talk things through with them. Klingon, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. Henderson comes in for Sharp, then for the Spurs. Wembanyama, he's checked in for Harrison Barnes. Johnson comes in for Stephon Castle. And it's Fox in for Harper. Here's Olynyk. High post Johnson. Spurs working the ball around now. And Wembanyama throws it down.
And we talk about how Wembanyama makes the wow plays. Wow.
Henderson with it. You know, Stan, you look at Wembanyama's frame. Does he need to get any stronger? Put on more muscle, more bulk?
Well, Kevin, of course he could use to improve on his strength, but he's strong enough right now to be one of the best players in the league. We've seen that, but as he gets older, a lot of that strength's just going to come naturally. The scary thing is for coaches and players around the league, not on his team, this guy's just going to keep getting better.
With the step back, here's Avdia. And the layup's good off the glass. Avdia's got 4 points in the quarter.
And that's a great piece of work to get to the hoop there. Just tore the D to shreds.
Here's Wembanyama. Good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now, 6 for 8 on the night.
And a monster game for Wemby with the matchup issues he creates. I'm not sure anyone in this league can stop him when he's on.
Now here is Holiday. 10 points for him. Kamara. And slam dunk by Kamara.
Yeah, his athleticism more than makes up for his lack of size. Allows him to compete even against bigger guys.
Here's Fox. Trailing here by 8. Wembanyama, that's for 2. Henderson pulls it in. And here's Henderson. He'll bring it up for Portland. Oh, he jams it right over Wembanyama.
Explosive in every way. The quick first step, and then you see the hop.
Fox passes to Wembanyama. Johnson outside. Olynyk sets a screen for Johnson. Joe Olynyk pass to Wembanyama. 5 on the clock. Shoots over Klingon. That doesn't go either for Wembanyama. Portland leading by 10. Outside Holiday. Klingon the screen for Holiday. Up and in on the layup. Holiday's got 12.
Well, at 6'4", Holiday is a bigger guard, and that really helps him in the paint.
Johnson sets the screen for Olynyk. A beautiful reverse layup. Olynyk's got 5 points now this quarter.
And Olynyk has a good feel for when he should look to score. I love when he's assertive inside.
To the wing on the left. Holiday, he's got 12. Inside, here's Klingon. And the rejection by Wembanyama. Left side, Fox. That's a good shot, and now he's 3 for 7.
And Fox starting to show you his abilities inside. It has quick instincts, which I think helps him when he's down low.
Now here is Holiday. There's a screen by Kamara. Three-pointer. Wembanyama with the rebound.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Fox, no good. Portland leading by 8. And here's Avdia. Here's Henderson. The shot, no good.
Well, I know he can finish at the rim, but the defense did just enough to force the miss.
And so that brings the first half to a close. It's the Trailblazers leading by 8 from Portland. We're back in a moment.
Some great postseason action in the first half of play. A healthy lead has been built for the Portland Trail Blazers.
No sloppy passes, no easy giveaways, no big mistakes. They're keeping it tight like Kenny Pants over there, Ernie.
Hey, that's tighter than tight.
It's called form fitting. It's called a Euro cut. Thank you, gentlemen.
Checking out the circumstances for the Portland Trail Blazers. I'll get straight to it, Kenny. Is this a must-win game for them?
They might not want to admit it, Ernie, but this is a must-win game. I look at this team and I think if they drop this one, it's going to get into their heads and they're not coming back.
Stop it, Kenny. It's not over yet. They know how to respond when their backs are against the walls.
Well, I guess we'll just have to see how it plays out, huh? Thank you for being with us. Now let's send it to Kevin Harlan for the second half tip.
Well, it doesn't get much better than playoff basketball. Let's get back to the action here in round one. Victor Wembanyama really making a difference here.
There must be ice water in his veins. Such an important game, and he plays superb basketball in that opening half.
Yeah, kind of what you expect from a guy of his caliber. Don't be surprised if his second half is just as good.
Trailblazers leading by 8. Outside Holiday. Henderson with a screen on Castle. Holiday against Wembanyama. Back to Henderson. 6 to shoot. Pass to Klingon. Now Kamara. Up again. It's good on the putback. And the Trailblazers lead by 10.
And this young man lives on the offensive glass. Tough to stop Klingon when he's that close.
There's the 3. And it's Portland with the rebound. To the wing right side. Knocks down the 3 ball. Kamari's got the lead up to 13 now for the Trailblazers.
Well, clearly some sort of defensive breakdown there. He is not the kind of guy you give room to at the arc. Yeah, this is when they need to lean on him more. Get him the ball and let him build some momentum.
Pass to Klingon. On the wing, Holiday. Castle covering. Outside, Avdia. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. And the basket by Kamari. Kamari's got 9 points.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight. Well, sometimes you need more than just your stars, though. They've got to run something to get the other guys good looks.
Now, let's take a minute to talk to Allie LaForce courtside. Allie.
Hey, team. Victor Wembanyama is trying to gain strength, but he said it's important not to lose your mobility. So bulking up is not a good word. It's more being stable. That's the way to keep going. I don't need to bulk up. I need to get my core stronger. I need to get solid. Back to you guys.
That approach makes sense. All right, Allie, thank you for the report. Here's Holiday following the bucket by the Spurs. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Klingon finds Avdia. Shoots over Bissell. Again, the Trailblazers good for 2.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
Castle with it, guarded by Holiday. Wembanyama. And it's San Antonio with another.
And I like when Wembanyama is aggressive on offense because defenses feel helpless to stop him.
Here's Kamari. 9 points in the game so far. Knocks it loose. And stolen by Castle. Down low, here's Wembanyama. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits.
And few defenders to ever play in this league have the ability to slow Wembanyama inside.
Outside Holiday. Off target from outside.
Well, the defense got lucky there. More often than not, he's making that shot.
Vassell, no good. Trailblazers leading by 9. Outside, Avdia. And there's Klingon. That's good on the assist by Avdia. Avdia's got 6 assists in the game. For San Antonio, they've gone 5 of 7 from the field in the third quarter. Let's see if they can keep it up. Here's Fox. Castle on the wing. Taken away by Holiday. Pass to Kamare. And here's Henderson. Now Klingon. Now Kamara. Now here's Henderson. Here's Avdia. Offensive rebound. Klingon. And the rejection by Wembanyama. Henderson against Fox. To the paint. Here's Wembanyama.
And that's one of Fox's strengths, trying to involve his teammates first. A really good passer who wants to play for his guys.
Outside Holiday. There's a screen by Kamara. The shot by Holiday, no good.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
To the left wing. Wembanyama, left side. Oh, the rim with an easy reach of Wembanyama.
I mean, how can you not be excited about this guy's future? Wembanyama just cutting the D to shreds.
Avdia dishes to Holiday. Pass to Klingon. Henderson against Fox. And they call an illegal screen here.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
Look, you can get away with a lot in terms of screens today. But you can't make it that obvious.
Grant, he's checked in for Portland. And San Antonio with the change here, too. Barnes, he's checked in for Vassell. Stolen by Henderson. Pass to Kamare. Here's Holiday. Takes the 3. Rebounded by Castle. And Fox has it in the corner. Right wing. Here's Wembanyama. Bring in with the block. Henderson, no good. Spurs trail by 7. Wembanyama finds Barnes. Fox with the screen for Barnes. Back to Wembanyama. Castle against Henderson. They need this one. Victor Wembanyama grabs the rebound. Wembanyama's got 7 rebounds in the game. Here's Fox. And it's Portland with the rebound. Klingon looking to get back on track here. And Henderson lays it in. Henderson's got 13 points.
Man, this guy is a scoring machine. I mean, I know I'm not the only one to describe him that way.
Wembanyama passes to Champagny. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Bring in with the block. Pass to Castle. San Antonio again turning it over.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
And so Chauncey Billups decides to call timeout. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. Williams, he's checked in for Donovan Clingan. Trailblazers leading by 9. Henderson outside. Grant outside. Pass to Williams. And here's Henderson. Just 5 to shoot. Over Castle. Here's Williams. And finished off by Williams.
Relentless effort from Williams. The board and the bucket.
Now, here's Fox. 7 points in the game. Over Holiday. Another miss by Fox.
Well, he's got the green light in that situation. They want him taking that shot, even if he didn't get it to go.
And Holiday kicks to Grant. Lets it go from deep. Rebounded by the Spurs.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Fox finds Barnes. Wembanyama, a screen on Henderson. A 3 from Barnes.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Here's Holiday. Henderson inside the 3-point line. Kicks it out to Grant. No good on the 3. And so Wembanyama will bring it up for the Spurs. 11-point game. And the basket by Castle.
A bigger guard, 6'6" Castle, can just overwhelm defenders. Impressive for his age.
Henderson against Castle. Henderson dishes to Grant. Out to Henderson. Outside Holiday. San Antonio with the rebound. Wembanyama has got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Champagnie passes to Wembanyama. 1:19 left in the third quarter. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
Timeout.
And this kid is tough. Wembanyama just powering it in despite the contact.
And so Mitch Johnson decides to call timeout. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. For the Trailblazers, Abdias checked in for Tamani Kamara. Matisse Thybulle comes in for Henderson. And Shaedon Sharpe subbed in for Drew Holiday. Johnson, he's checked in for San Antonio. Harper comes in for De'Aaron Fox.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Considered by many to be the best prospect since LeBron James, Wembanyama seems determined to reach his full potential.
Grant sets a screen for Sharpe. Shoots over Harper. Sharpe, that's good. And the Trailblazers lead by 8.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Now here's Johnson. Wembanyama sets a screen for Castle. They get it again. Wembanyama, no good. Trailblazers leading by 8. Grant the pass to Sharp. Williams scanning the floor. Sharp with it. Now guarded by Wembanyama. Williams has a screen for Avdia. And it goes down 2 points. And now it's a 10-point Trailblazer lead.
Well, a throwback big. Williams almost exclusively operates around the hoop.
Taken away by Williams. Here's Sharp. Oh, the jam by Sharp.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. And so it's Portland up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
Well, he really just helps tie this team together. They know they can count on him to set them up.
NBA playoff round 1. Thanks for joining us as we get back to the action on the court. Now, here's Fox. Inside, and there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
And when you're trying to cut into a lead, you can ill afford mistakes like that.
Yeah, that's just a lack of focus. Plays like that can really frustrate a coaching staff.
Avdia with it, covered by Vassell. Avdia kicks to Thibault. Williams, a screen on Harper. Here's Thibault. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Trailblazers?
Well, I love how they're attacking the rim. That will usually force defenses to collapse and open up a lot of outside shots.
And all game long, they work the ball inside. It's really worked well for them offensively.
Both good from the line that time.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
Up top, Fox. Defended by Sharp. Barnes, right side. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Grant.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Yeah, deflections are a stat that a lot of teams track, disrupting the offense's rhythm and flow.
Now, here's Harper. 5 to shoot. On the wing, Fox. Offline with his 3.
Yeah, you wonder what is he thinking right now. He's not shooting the ball well, and shots like that only hurt his team more.
Thibault kicks to Williams. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Sharp, the pass to Williams. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. And the Trailblazers lead by 16.
And they're getting points. They're getting stops. And this is how they'd like to play all the time.
Great example of how to build a lead and then sustain it. You win games on both ends of the floor.
Now, here's Fox. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. Good work there as it goes.
And he gives up pounds to a lot of guys defending him, but that has never kept Fox from being in attack mode.
Avdia, the pass to Sharp. This one for three. It's hauled in by Cornette. Cornette's got his 5th rebound in this one. Stolen by Grant. 4th quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Back to Thibault. Pass to Williams. And Sharp has it in the corner. Just 5 on the clock. Here he goes. Williams hits the bucket. And that's 11 points for Rod Williams.
Well, that's muscling your way in. Williams doing some heavy lifting inside.
Here's Cornette. For three, Vassell. Rebound by Williams. Portland leading by 16. Thibault with the ball. Pass to Avdia. Avdia with a screen for Grant. Driving in. Lets it go with a three. Buries the long-range jumper.
And nice work on the perimeter. Defenses must respect Sharp's range.
Outside Harper. To the inside. Rebound by the Trailblazers.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Now, here's Grant. Rebound, San Antonio. Fox has got 4 rebounds in this game. To the middle. Here's Barnes. That shot missing. Avdia with a defensive effort. Trailblazers leading by 19. Now Thibault. And Barnes comes to help. Williams. And it's Williams finishing it off.
Well, look, the defense has got to push Williams further away, or he'll do exactly that.
Spurs trail by 21. Outside, Fox. To stop the run. He can't hit that time. For Portland, they've gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the 4th. A pretty nice efficiency there.
And no one questions Sharp's ability to put the defender in some impossible positions.
And so Chauncey Billups calls for the timeout. It's a chance for them to regroup and refocus. For the Trailblazers. Klingen, he's checked in for Williams. Toumani Camara comes in for Grant, and it's Drew Holiday in for Matisse Thybulle. And he can't get the first one.
And another exciting young player from Canada. Shaedon Sharpe is an elite athlete, and his overall skills are really improving. He
hits the second from the line. San Antonio's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Down low, back to Wembanyama. Pass to Castle. Here's Harper, guarded by Holiday. Harper's shot's good.
And he's been passive today, but maybe that's what he needs to get him going, because for them to be successful, he's got to be a little more selfish.
Back to Holiday. Avdia finds Holiday. And here's Sharp. Shot clock at 5. Trying to find Kamara. Gets it to him. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Castle on the wing. Spurs working the ball around now. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
And it's easy to give up after a play like that, but this team needs to keep fighting.
Yeah, it's definitely a momentum shifter, but it's time to refocus, make smart decisions, and start fighting their way back.
And Portland making a change here. Henderson's checked in. Fox, he's checked in for San Antonio. Here's Klingon. Pass to Avdia. Good on the triple.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Tipped away. Stolen by Holiday. Now Kamara. Outside Holiday. Now Kamara. He's guarded by Johnson. Can't cash in from close range. San Antonio's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Fox passes to Wembanyama. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. The Trailblazers on offense. They're on a 15-5 run. Avdia kicks to Henderson. Pass to Klingon. Over Castle. And the shot goes in.
And Klingon uses his size well and just bullies his way through the defense.
And it's Fox with the ball for the San Antonio Spurs. Here's Wembanyama. Here's Castle. Clock at 6. Wembanyama, a screen on Holiday. Jacks up a 3. And it's Victor Wembanyama with the 3. Wembanyama's got 33 points. Pass to Klingon. And here's Henderson. Sweet little floater.
Nice little floater there. Soft touch.
San Antonio's gone 2 of 5 on 3-point shots since the end of the third quarter. Floats it up for Wembanyama. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
You know, the perfect lob partner. Wembanyama with elite hand-eye coordination.
Johnson against Avdia. Pass to Holiday. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That one on Castle.
Well, this is the thing about Holiday. He keeps coming at you.
Two.
First one falls for him.
Well, if you ask a coach, what do you want out of your players? The answer is often effort, ability, and selflessness. Drew Holiday has all of those and more.
Vassell, he's checked in for San Antonio. Both free throws good from Holiday. Spurs have gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. Pass to Wembanyama. Outside, Fox. Over Henderson. That one rolling around and rims out.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
Yeah, and sometimes guys just start pressing. The best thing for him is to just slow it down and concentrate on solid shot selection.
The shot by Holiday, no good.
And, you know, he's a threat from deep, no doubt about it, but it just has not been there for him tonight. You might want to change your game plan a little bit offensively.
Castle misses. Portland leading by 23. Abdi on the wing. Castle against Holiday. There's a screen by Kamara. Rebounded by the Spurs. Fox has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Castle finds Fox. Wembanyama down low. Kamara on him. It's good.
And his stroke has been dead on from the outside. I mean, inside, outside. It just doesn't matter.
Back to Abdia. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Clingan the screen for Henderson. From downtown, the rebound by Champagnie. Spurs trail by 21.
And entering the final countdown, Game 4 effectively decided here, guys. This is just a tremendous accomplishment for the Trailblazers.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
The win tonight will bring the series to dead even at 2 games apiece. Just what they had hoped for before the location changes again.
Just where they want to be. I mean, they fought hard, and boy, did they look great tonight and got the job done.
And while there was some nice performances tonight, it definitely ended up being a solid outing for Donovan Clingan.
Well, the defense he played is what jumps out to me. Did a fantastic job to bother shooters, and he's got the blocks to show for it.
Here's Clingan. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Holiday. Nice defense by Vassell. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. This was a crucial game for him, tying up the series at 2 apiece, Greg. A huge accomplishment.
And this series, I think, hinged on who picked up Game 4, Kevin. I mean, now it's a 3-game series, and anything can happen.
And that about wraps it up, folks. We hope you've enjoyed our broadcast of the NBA Western Conference quarterfinals. For Greg Anthony, Allie LaForce, and Stan Van Gundy, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks so much for joining us here tonight. And as we leave you, let's take a look at our player of the game, Donovan Clingan.